Hello, my dear friends. I'm Ifis, and thank you for being here with me on this peaceful night. Tonight, I'll tell you 3 short stories, each one carrying a gentle adventure and a warm little lesson at the end. So, are you ready? Let's lie still, take a deep breath, and let the dreams begin. Story 1: The Perseverant Black Sheep. Once upon a time, in a quiet valley surrounded by rolling green hills, there lived a little black sheep named Moon. Moon lived alone in a small wooden cottage by the hillside where soft grass stretched endlessly and wildflowers bloomed in every color. Every spring, when the sunlight turned warm and birds filled the forest with song, Moon would carefully shear off his smooth, shiny black wool, rolling it into neat bundles, ready to bring to the market in the nearby town. "My wool will keep everyone warm through winter," Moon would say happily, his heart full of joy. Year after year, villagers came to buy his wool. They always praised him. "Black wool this soft is so rare, Moon. Thanks to you, our families stay cozy every winter." Moon was proud and content, living peacefully season after season. But one year, when he brought his wool to the market, no one came to buy it. A tailor glanced at the bundles and shook his head. "People prefer white wool now. It's easier to dye." Moon smiled softly, though he felt a little sad. "That's okay. I'll try again tomorrow." But the next day, still no one came. And the day after that, only passing glances. By the 4th day, Moon sat silently beside his wool, watching the busy marketplace, feeling small and forgotten. "Maybe no one needs my wool anymore," he whispered, looking toward the faraway hills. That night, under the quiet roof of his cottage, he gently folded each bundle of wool and held them close. "I tried my best," he said softly. Then something unexpected happened. The next morning, a small boy ran up the hill and asked, "Sir, are you selling this black wool?" Moon's eyes brightened. "Yes, little one. Do you need some?" The boy shook his head quickly. "No, but my parents have been searching for black wool all week. I'll go get them." Moments later, a family arrived from a faraway village. "We've been looking everywhere," they said. "No one sells black wool anymore. We're so lucky to find you." Moon's heart danced with joy. "Please, take it all. I'm just happy it can help someone." They bought every bundle and gifted Moon a basket of sweet plum honey and warm bread in return. On his way home, Moon hummed softly, his tail swaying with every cheerful step. That night, the moonlight shone through his window. He curled up in bed, whispering, "I didn't give up. And at last, I was rewarded." How happy he felt. Through the perseverant black sheep, we learn that no matter how hard or long, the journey, if we stay patient and never give up, good things will come, just when we least expect them. Story 2: The Singing Donkey. Now, that was our first story. Let's move on to the second one, The Singing Donkey. Once upon a time, there was a washerman who lived in a small village. Every day, he carried baskets of clothes to the river to wash and brought them home again. To make the work easier, he owned a gentle donkey who helped carry the heavy loads. But this donkey was a picky eater. He didn't like hay or vegetables that his master gave him. One day, the donkey decided to sneak out and find something better to eat. Along the road, he met a clever little fox. The two quickly became friends and began wandering the countryside together. They soon came across a large green field, and in the middle of it, a garden full of ripe, juicy watermelons. Watermelon. "Wow, how delicious they look!" cried the donkey. Without thinking twice, the two friends jumped into the field and began eating. The sweet melons were so tasty that the donkey's belly grew round and his heart filled with joy. "I feel so happy, I want to sing," he said loudly. The fox panicked. "No, please don't sing. If people hear you, they'll catch us." But the donkey ignored him. He lifted his head toward the sky and began braying as loud as he could, his voice echoing across the valley. The frightened fox quickly leapt over the fence and ran away as fast as he could. Before long, the farmers heard the loud singing and rushed to the field. "There's the thief!" they shouted. The villagers were angry to see their melons ruined. And of course, they gave the poor donkey a hard lesson, a real beating that left him sore and limping. When he finally woke up, he felt deeply ashamed. From that day on, he never again sang while stealing food. Through the singing donkey, we learn that just because something feels good in the moment doesn't mean we should always do it. Listening to good advice can save us from great trouble, and sometimes silence is wiser than pride. Story 3, The Goose and the Turtle. And now, for our last story tonight, The Goose and the Turtle. Long ago, in a peaceful forest, there was a clear, cool lake. By the shore lived 3 dear friends, a pair of geese and a gentle turtle. Every morning, sunlight sparkled across the water as the geese stretched their wings and soared gracefully above the lake. The turtle would slowly crawl out of the grass, yawning, smiling, and saying, "What a beautiful day to play." They often spent their days talking, laughing, and relaxing together. Life was peaceful and full of joy, but as summer came, the days grew hotter and the lake began to dry up. Each day, the water level dropped lower and lower. The grass turned brown and the fish hid deep in the mud. One day, the geese said, "Turtle, if we don't find a new home soon, we'll all have no water to drink." The turtle nodded sadly. "But I can't fly like you two," he said softly. "How will I travel?" The geese thought for a moment. Then one of them exclaimed, "I've got an idea." They found a long, strong stick. The geese would hold each end in their beaks, and the turtle would bite the middle so they could carry him safely through the air. Before taking off, the geese warned, "Now remember, turtle, whatever happens, you must not open your mouth or you'll fall." The turtle promised, "I'll hold on tight and stay quiet." And so their journey began. Up, up they rose into the sky. The turtle looked down. The trees looked tiny beneath him, the mountains far away, and the air cool and bright all around. People walking below stopped and stared in awe. "Oh, look, a turtle is flying," they laughed. The turtle heard them and felt embarrassed. "Why are they laughing at me? I can fly too," he thought angrily. Forgetting the geese's warning, he shouted, "Don't laugh at me." And at that very moment, snap, he let go of the stick and fell straight down. Luckily, he landed in a soft bush below, safe but shaken and ashamed. Looking up at the sky, he saw his friends still flying far away. "If only I had kept my promise. If only I had stayed silent," he sighed. From that day on, the turtle learned patience and calm. He understood that sometimes silence is the key to rising higher and going further. And so, dear friend, we've reached the end of our 3 gentle stories tonight. I hope these tiny adventures have brought you warmth and a little peace before sleep. If you enjoy stories like these, remember to subscribe so I can share more dreams with you next time. Now, close your eyes, breathe softly, and have the sweetest dreams.